She shook her head and shot me a withering look indeed. If things change after tomorrow, if things change for the worse, I mean, this time we had, these months were perfectly gorgeous. I loved this basement. I loved us in this basement. She kissed me on the forehead in what I felt was a slightly condescending manner and, for the first time since her migration, returned to the other bed to sleep. For the rest of the night she slept soundly, but I, having been woken, did not. I lay awake, thinking of her. For all I knew, this had been her intent. I thought of Maggie on Commonwealth last December. We'd slept together once at the time, and I wasn't sure if we were going to again. She laughed when she saw me and called my name. She didn't wait for me to see her first. I'm glad I wore my good boots after all, she said. I was on my way out the door. I was wearing my winter clogs, but I decided to change at the last moment. I looked at her shoes. They were thin, black leather, pointy in the toe and heel, not very insulated. Those are your good boots? I asked. She laughed. Compared to my clogs, yes. Maybe you don't agree? And she laughed again. I had that feeling you get when you know you're about to run into your ex or some other person you should like to be handsome around. I didn't know it would be you. If you had, would you still have worn them? She cocked her head and smiled slowly. I would have, she said. Yes. That slow smile. Jesus Christ. In the other twin, Maggie snored, and I thought of her on the day I told her I loved her. I love you, I said. A car honked just as I said it, censoring me. I wasn't sure if she had heard me, and I had to repeat myself. I love you. She seemed to be perplexed or pleased. On Maggie's face, always slightly opaque, these emotions could register the same way. But she said nothing. After a moment, she ran down the street. 6 or so hours later, the phone rang. I love you, she said, and then she hung up. As for the gap, did it make it mean more or less? Had there been no gap, I would have known she was saying it by instinct, which could be good or bad. After all, if you shoot at a man, he will try to shoot you too. With the gap, I knew it was not instinct. I knew she had considered my own declaration of love, and her response to it for the better part of 6 hours. A lengthy deliberation, yes, but in the end, there was good reason to believe she had meant what she said. When I told her I loved her, I was expressing an emotion that I did not quite feel at the time. I think I wanted to hear her response more than anything. Or maybe I just wanted to say it. Sometimes we lie optimistically. Sometimes we say what is not quite true with the hope that it will become true. This time, it worked. I loved her for that gap. From the window in my bedroom, I could see that the sidewalk looked light gray, which meant it was getting late or early depending on one's point of view. I wouldn't be sleeping tonight. So instead, I thought of Maggie in bed, and how the first time I met her she was lying down. Before I met her, I had seen her name, Towne Margaret M., on a list of other meaningless names. She was a student in the section of a required philosophy course I was TAing. The semester was half over, and she hadn't shown up to discussion section once, or even bothered to buy the course packet. I left messages for her, sent letters, made a show of doing the things a teaching assistant is supposed to do. At that time, the university was championing a policy of personal attention. That U was really a small liberal arts college in the body of a large institution or some such nonsense. The policy meant I was supposed to at least meet Towne Margaret M. before I failed her. She lived in a certain cinder block dorm that was known for housing